Okay, so Shane here, Astrology Time. Today's Monday. It is the 5th of January. Believe that? Okay, so look, the moon's focused in Leo all day long. Well, almost all day long. It's just about focused all day long. There's one little aspect that it makes. So the spotlight is definitely on you. Perhaps this is the upper level, upper level of something, right? This is upper level scrutiny that I told you about. In any event, make sure that you are following all the guidelines of the 3D workplace. Okay? That way you're not asked questions, right? Look, don't offer excuses. Just try to do better. Okay? This is going to feel a bit oppressive, but the best way to combat this is to approach this from a different angle. Fresh perspective, like you've had, we've had a couple weeks where we've just been, we've not been off, we've just been going through the holiday motions, right? Now, the fresh perspective like you had when you knew nothing about the job, yeah, that works better, right? Because it's like, okay, I don't know anything, right? Work it hard over the next few days and get things caught up to where they should be, okay? This is going to take a lot more thought than you will want to apply to the workplace, right? But that's what's going to happen because today's keyword is grind. So we're just going to grind through this. The color is mandarin orange. So, accountability. This is a funny concept, right? They can't hire enough people to fill vacancies, but somehow they have to hold people accountable for their actions or inactions. It doesn't matter what the business climate is, or, honestly, it won't matter what line of business you're in either, right? If something didn't happen, somebody's got to be accountable, right? So they think. Anyway, they're cutting things that help working folks to accumulate more wealth for those at the top. That's what they're really doing, right? They grind you down and make it necessary to have to switch jobs to be fairly compensated. Funny how it works like that in America, right? I was typing that and started reflecting on job conditions in Europe. Now, the Leo moon gets us thinking in such a provincial way, right? In other words, we're thinking about just us. We're thinking about what affects us, the drama that happens around us, right? Now, it happens to us and only us. It's not the next person. It's not that person over there. It's us, right? That's who it affects. Look, you want to flip the narrative? It doesn't happen to just you. It happens to just about everybody. Recount your successes when confronted with shortcomings. In other words, hey, well, yeah, didn't do that, but we did manage to do this. Okay? Yeah. So if it's happening to you, then it's happening across the board, right? So honestly, this is what we do. We just say, hey, we were successful before. We will be successful again, okay? Don't let it affect you. Instead, draw strength from your past accomplishments. Sip your moon water and know that this too shall pass. All right? Now, focus on your health. Because when you feel good, you look great. This is a Leo moon message, right? Yeah. Now, that's why the bosses are so mad, right? Hey, you're working on some stuff. You're getting some things done, right? Exactly. They're just jelly, okay? They're jelly because they're not, whatever the position is that they're in, they're getting more scrutiny, right? It just kind of falls downhill. So it's going to be a tough day. We're not going to sugarcoat it, okay? It's a tough day. We're not sugarcoating it. We're not doing anything. Now, we're going to keep this short purposely and intentionally so that way you can get back to doing the things you have to do to make things matter, okay? Leo moon. Somebody's trying to look good. Might as well be you, right? Yep, it might as well be you. But please, focus on your health. Focus on what it is that you've done before. kind of like we've been saying the mantra all weekend, right? It was kind of like, yeah, your past, we're going back with past success. But now we enter the 3D workplace, and, our past success for us doesn't look the same to others as it does from our perspective, right? And it's not necessarily to say that, we need to be doing this from the perspective of, say, like making sure that our 3D bosses are happy. No, they do have to be reasonably happy, but we also have to make sure that we are not shortchanging ourselves of opportunities, because honestly, what we need from them right now is just that check, that freedom, the money that comes along with it. What we decide to do when we're not doing that stuff, well, that's up to us. Now, does that make sense? Let me know. If it doesn't make sense, let me know. All right? It's not the same across the board for everybody, because it's not one size fits all. There's all sorts of nuance in there and everything. But this is the way that things are going, because we have Jupiter and Saturn in some aspects that are making things seem bigger than what they are, or they're making it seem a lot more difficult than what it really is and how it should be. So, with that being said, there's other things in there that were working in our favor before that, they'll still work in our favor, but it's going to take it a little bit. We have to adjust to the week, right? We have to adjust to coming into it. So, just remember, play the part, look the part. In 1952, the British Prime Minister Winston Churchill makes an official visit to the United States. Yes, we happened to note the other day that he was aboarding the RMS Britannia in Liverpool for the United States. So, welcome, Winston Churchill. And our birth is Diane Keaton. She was born in 1946. She unfortunately passed away this past year, 2025. She's an American Academy Award-winning actress. She's was in Annie Hall, Looking for Mr. Goodbar, Father of the Bride, and the First Wives Club. She's also a director and a photographer. Born in Los Angeles, California. And that is all I have for you. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for coming by. I appreciate and love every single one of you. Now, newsletter came out. For some reason, the way that it gets sent as a promotion, so you might find it in your spam folder or a promotional folder. But please, make sure you look at it, click on it, open it, okay? Just so you know it's out there. I don't know why it's sent like that. I'm going to have to look into that. Might even have to change the email. Whatever the heck it's called. It's some kind of CRM or automated email or something like that. Or it's there to try to help to minimize the process when you sign up for an email list and stuff like that. It's needlessly complicated, and it gets started. I don't have that kind of time. So, but I did take the time to make sure that was done today. And that was my reaching back to things that I've done before, making sure we get that second email out there for all of you. And that's it. Thank you so much. Appreciate and love every single one of you. Let's recap, shall we? Our color is mandarin orange, and our keyword is grinding. Or just grind. So today is a really strange day because it's a 4.5. Why is it a half? Well, couldn't see myself drop down all the way to a 4 from a 7 because that's kind of a big jump. But you'll figure it out. You will get on top of this. That half point is there for you to just be able to see what the possibilities are. And that is all I have for you. 4.5. Happy astrocatting.